Blue moon, you saw me stand alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me say a prayer for someone I really could. War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its armies and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen, under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worst. You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Would you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking at them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig. You made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling, must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name? I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
Hello everyone, and welcome to my New Vegas Let's Play. Now that Fallout 4 has been announced, I really wanted to play New Vegas, since it's one of the games I haven't played yet. And I have modded it quite a lot. As you will see, Doc Mitchell does look a little bit different, and as well as our character faces. It's one of the overhauls I'm using to make the people look better. So here I'm just looking around trying to see what kind of character I want to build. And here I'll skip around a little bit as well, just to show you what I'm going to take for my character, like the different skills and things like that. What's happening is that I'm going to want to play on hardcore. Now the thing with hardcore is that there are needs, so your character will need to eat and drink and so on. And the other thing is that bullets and have weight, so you need to have a lot of carry weight to be able to carry those bullets. And one of the biggest attributes for that is going to be the strength attribute, which when we get to the next part here, I'm going to put a lot of points to strength, intelligence as well. Endurance is pretty good too, because it helps with bullet wounds and things like that. That's the other thing with hardcore, is that your limbs are more easily damaged, and you can only fix limbs with doctor's bags and seeing a doctor. Stims and the medical stuff only regenerates your health over time. It's not instant. So medicine, the skill of medicine is very important. That's something I'm going to boost up right away. And then I believe guns as well. We'll see here in just a moment. I don't exactly remember, since I kind of did this fairly quickly and just to get through all the mod setup, because there is quite a lot of mods I have on this game right now. My load order is telling me I have about 90 of them. And I'll kind of explain them as we go along. There's just a lot. A lot of them are just to make the game look better, run a little better as well, and change the gameplay just a little bit, so that you've got more dangerous combat, better binoculars, things like that. I've got Project Nevada installed, which is kind of an overhaul. It gives you some interesting things, makes hunger and things like that move at different rates. Yeah, and makes people get knocked down with explosions, things like that. It's just improving the game a little bit. I like this hairstyle quite a lot, but I think I went with Wendy the Welder, although I do believe there might be barbers in the game where you can change your hairstyle. I'm not so sure, but a lot of these later hairstyles are kind of stupid looking. And at the same time, I don't really mind too much what my character looks like, because most of the times I'm going to be playing the game in first-person mode. I have this other mod installed, which makes me sit and do all these things in first person. Alright, I'm about to be finished here, so let's see what Doc Mitchell has to say.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties.
Strength. Strength will tell you how easily a cowboy totes a saddle and those bigger firearms, or how much help he is gonna be for you in a saloon brawl. This affects your melee, unarmed skill, inventory weight, damage, and weapon effectiveness. Now this skill is going to be one of the most important skills for me in this playthrough, because I'm going to be playing on hardcore, just because of the carry weight increase. When you increase your strength, you can carry more stuff, which is very useful. As well as the weapon and damage things, those are really good too. Perception. A perceptive cowboy always knows when there's a lit stick of dynamite nearby or when a varmint sneaks up on him. This affects your explosives, lockpick, energy weapons, accuracy, and the compass range. This is not that great. I do regret not putting as high as I should have because of the accuracy bonus you receive, but it's not too bad. Endurance. You can't keep a good cowboy down, not if he's the endurance type, and not if he's got a 6-shooter the size of all tarnation. This affects your unarmed, health, resistance, and survival. This is actually pretty good for hardcore because of the health and resistances, especially when in firefights, and the survival skill helps too as well because it helps you make more food. Charisma. You'll find there are some smooth-talking cowboys out there that got themselves the voice that sounds like an angel's harmonica. This affects your barter, speech companion, and nerve. This one's not really good at all, I don't find to be. I'm not going to use it that much. I'm actually going to take points away from it and put it towards other skills that are more useful. Intelligence. A smart cowboy is good at mostly anything, from sucking the poison out of your rattler's bite, from fixing your broken wagon axle. This affects your science, repair, medicine, and skill points. Hugely important for hardcore because of the medicine. The repair skills is really good too for your guns and things like that. And the skill points. You get more skill points as you level up. So intelligence is huge. I think I put it up to like 8 or something. It's pretty good. Pretty good skill. Agility. When a fellow's in a gunfight and shoots the other guy 6 times before they can even get off a shot, it's because this fellow's agile. This affects your guns, sneak speed, action points, and regeneration. This is actually pretty good, except I didn't put any points into it. I should have. It's quite good for the combat stuff, but maybe I will at a later time if I can add more skill points. Other than that, it's going to stay at 5 for now, which is good. Luck. Some folks claim not to believe in luck, but when they lose in a duel, you'll hear them say, "That lucky son of a gun." This affects all skills, critical hit, and enemy mishaps. I didn't find this one to be too useful. I kind of rather put points into other better skills. So I kind of just left it there. We'll see if it comes and bites me in the butt later. But it should be fine. So here I'm going to put my strength up to 9. I'm not putting it up to 10 because you will get some skill books later on which will permanently increase it up to 10. So I don't need to spend a point to get it to max. I want to put some intelligence. It's good for hacking and things like that. And then endurance. However, I was trying to figure out where I want to put, like, what are the stats I want to remove. I did originally remove it from agility, but I remembered if you have low agility, your limbs will get damaged a lot easier, which is actually not very good. Maybe I'm actually thinking of the small frame perk. So agility is not too bad. I should have given myself maybe a bit more perception.
Surprised anybody'd want to tangle with you. Heck, you could go deathclaw hunting with a switch. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat. Or do I feed them? Like, that was a bit of a hard one for me. It's like, do I feed the dog? But for me, it was almost like cats. So it's like the opposite. Not really the opposite, but it's another animal, another pet. So I think that's the one I went with.
House.
Shelter. All of the other choices were not something I wanted.
Night.
It was darkness, but I think it was also sleep. So sleep was the next choice, yeah.
Bandit.
This one's a bit hard. I think I said stab, because, you know, like, they're scary, they come and stab you, or crush, because I want to fight them.
Light.
Dark. Alright, it's the opposite, so that's all I wanted.
Mother.
Originally, I think I clicked regret, but in this case, it's going to be caretaker.
Okay. Now, I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
I strongly agree. I don't really like conflict.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
I kind of disagree with that, because I kind of need support from other people, but at the same time, I can go on my own. So I think it's either disagree or no opinion, but I think it'll be disagree, because I need people.
I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention.
I disagree.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
No, I'm pretty good at that.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
That one's a bit hard. I think it's no opinion. Yeah, because it's like in the middle.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
Chemical reaction? These ones are kind of fun, but a lot of these answers were not exactly the things I saw. So I think I went, yeah, with chemical reaction.
Okay. How about this one?
To me, it looks like an antenna that's broadcasting a radio signal, but so it's like a piece of technology. And the last option is pretty funny here because you've got, I'm too embarrassed to say, so I think it's, for some people, it's like, oh, it looks like some sort of phallic object. And then here we go, this one's funny because
Last one.
The first time I went through this, I was like, none of this looks like what he's saying. It doesn't look like an ant, it doesn't look like something. So I have a mod installed which one of the options is to choose two bears high-fiving, because that's what it looks like to me.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Okay, for here, my skills, it actually gives me a set of skills from the answers I've given him, but I don't like them, so I'm going to reset them. I'm going to put some into medicine, survival, and guns. Medicine because we're on hardcore and I need to be able to heal myself quite a lot. Guns because I want to be better with guns and accurate, and there's a lot of combat in this game, so that's very important. And survival is just so I can make some food and things like that, because we are on hardcore.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
And then these are the traits. These traits, however, also they have a benefit and then a negative thing to the perk. So most of these I really didn't like. So the ones that I did take were skilled and trigger discipline. And you get more over time as the different levels you are and things like that. Some of them will help you level up faster, which are the ones I'm going to be on the lookout for. I think there's one about level 4. But for these starting ones, like I said, I'm going to take skilled. So skilled, you're skilled but not experienced. You gain 5+ points to every skill, but you suffer 10% experience gain from now on. The 10% is not that bad, but the +5 is very good. And then this is trigger discipline. When using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more slowly, but are 20% more accurate. And so to me, that was more important, having bigger accuracy. I feel it's very important in this game. I don't need to shoot that fast. As long as my shots hit, which is actually also determined by perception, which is why I should have given myself a bit more perception. If my shots hit, that's all that matters. You know, you want the damage to land. And with accuracy, you can also shoot very far away.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out. Here, these are yours. It was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on, too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. It was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
Alright, well, thanks for patching me up, Doc. But what should I do now?
You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Alright, thanks, Doc. And now it pops up with the hardcore mode prompt to ask you if you want to activate it or not, and I said yes, because we're going to play this on hardcore. We'll see how this goes. And we're also playing on, I think, very hard and all these other things just to make the game kind of challenging. And it's going to be a little tricky at the start of the game because it is a little hard. So here we go. Welcome everyone to the wasteland of the Nevada desert. Oh, and I see Victor running up the road, so I think we'll go ahead and talk to him in just a moment.